Hello everyone, my name is Karina Liliana Deza Gonzalez, and today we are going to talk about assessment strategies for learning in a learning model. A learning contains the use of computers and internet technologies to offer a wide range of solutions that facilitate learning and improve performance. There are two global approaches to learning. First one is self-directed learning and structure-led. Students who learn on their own are alone and completely independent, while learning courses facilitated or led by an instructor offer different level of support from tutors and instructors and collaboration among the students as well. Learning courses often use both approaches, but to be brief and practical, it is easier to examine them separately. Most of the studies reviewed of the evaluation of learning in a learning advocate in effect that the ability to apply them is appreciated and creativity, reflections, and productions are promoted, which will both be indicators of quality of the results in the virtual model. A learning context can include simple learning research, online interactive lessons, electronics simulations, and support materials for the work of the activity. Another important thing to see in the e-learning model is the collaborative learning. The collaborative learning range from difficulties and knowledge sharing to working together on a common project. Social software such as chat, discussion forums, and blogs are used for online collaboration between the students. Collaborative methods are included in dialogue and discussion between facilitators and students. These methods follow a social dimension of the learning experience. They allow students to share and discuss with their peers and receive personal comments. Um, there is two different kind of activity that you can do in the learning model. There is synchronous and asynchronous learning activities. The synchronous events are carried out in real time. Synchronous communication between two people requires that both be present at a certain time. Some examples of synchronous activities are chat conversations and audios or video conference. Synchronous events are carried out independently of time. It means that they don't depend of the time, whenever they can do it. It's like a self-directed course in an example of asynchronous learning because online learning takes place at any time. Like discussion forum emails is an example of this method, and also for the communication tools. So, the evaluation strategy for a course in a learning mode is very important to examine this from the design phase. You must first determine the purpose of the evaluation. It could be examining the quality of the course to improve it before it is implemented. Measure the effectiveness of training and learning immediately after the course has been implemented, or evaluate an old course to see if it is still valid or if it needs to be modified. Then you must determine whether you want to assess the student's progress or certify your knowledge. This also influences the types of assessments tests that will be chosen to include in the course. In fact, you may want to assess students' knowledge and skill before starting the course at a certain stage in the course or at the end of the course. As stated above, it is important to ensure that the assessment tests meet the learning objectives. Therefore, it is recommended to start preparing the assessment test in the early stage of the project, as soon as the learning object has been defined for each pedagogical unit. Here I'm going to tell you some strategies that you can use at the time of doing some assessment. Question number one strategy is do a quiz before starting the course. One of the significant advantages is to prepare a pre-learning test. A test started at this early stage of the course helps your students adopt a learning mindset. This quiz should be designed to be fun, interactive, and challenging to show course participants what they may or no may know or no may know don't know about it. Strategy number two is true or false questions. The easiest way to test students it is to use the true or false question to provide 50% of probability for a correct answer. Most of these questions are worded too simplistically, and students can get a correct answer even if they have no assimilated course material. The strategy number three is the self-assessment. Self-assessment opportunities could be used at the end of each topic or module of the learning courses. By giving the students time to reflect, I encourage them to stop and think about what they have just learned. You are not only motivating the person, this reflections process also helps the person clarify they have learned and what they can need to revisit to better understand the learning material. The strategy number four, evaluate through games. Games are a great resource for practicing recently learned ideas and knowledge. In games, wherever the students does have a consequence, therefore they become a valuable and experiential tool. Okay, that's all. But first, before I go, I want to ask 5 questions about this video. So question number one, which are the activities that can be used in the learning mode? Explain them. Question number two, it is collaborative work important? Why? Question number three, what is the first thing we should do before we started an e-learning course? Question number four, which are the two global approaches? And question number five, what is included in the learning content? That's all for today. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.